The date was November 3, 1957. The world held its breath. The Soviet Union was about to launch Sputnik 2. This was just 1 month after their first satellite. Sputnik 1 shocked everyone. But Sputnik 2 carried a very special passenger, Laika, a small dog. She was about to become the first living creature to orbit Earth. The Soviet Union's success with Sputnik 1 had sent ripples of anxiety through the United States. The Cold War was at its peak. Both superpowers were locked in a fierce competition for technological supremacy. Space exploration became the ultimate battleground. The launch of Sputnik 1 had taken the United States by surprise. It was a wake-up call. The Soviets had clearly taken the lead in the space race. This was a major propaganda victory for the Soviet Union. It demonstrated their technological prowess to the world. The United States quickly ramped up its own space program. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, was formed in 1958. The race to put a human in space and eventually on the moon had begun. Laika was a stray dog, found on the streets of Moscow. She was a mixed breed, likely a husky terrier, and weighed about 13 pounds. Soviet scientists believed that stray dogs were already accustomed to harsh conditions. They thought this made them ideal candidates for space flight. Laika underwent rigorous training. She was taught to endure extreme noise and vibrations. She was also confined to smaller and smaller cages to prepare her for the cramped space capsule. The scientists grew fond of Laika, describing her as quiet and charming. Section 4. Blast off to the unknown. Sputnik 2 was a much larger spacecraft than its predecessor. It was equipped with life support systems designed to keep Laika alive. These systems included an oxygen generator, a carbon dioxide scrubber, and a food dispenser. Sensors monitored Laika's vital signs, transmitting her heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing back to Earth. The launch itself was successful. Laika withstood the immense G-forces of liftoff. Data transmitted back to Earth showed that Laika's heart rate increased significantly during launch. However, it returned to normal once the spacecraft reached orbit. She had become the first living being to orbit the Earth. Section 5. A legacy etched in orbit. Sadly, Laika's journey was a one-way trip. The technology to safely return a spacecraft from orbit did not yet exist. Soviet engineers had equipped Sputnik 2 with a battery-powered fan. This was supposed to keep Laika cool, but it malfunctioned soon after launch. It is now believed that Laika perished just a few hours into the mission due to overheating and panic. While her mission was short-lived, Laika's story captured the world's imagination. It sparked a debate about the ethics of animal testing. Laika's sacrifice paved the way for future advancements in human spaceflight. She will forever be remembered as a pioneer. Laika showed us that living beings could survive in space. She took the first small step on a giant leap for humankind.